Hello, good morning. Today is Saturday the 23rd of February and we're in our faithful aircraft, Golf Alpha Victor Echo Romeo, and at Barton. We're about to take off to do some navigation fixes over Pell Hill and Blackburn today. So first of all, I'll write down some airfield information Echo, valid at 10:25 Zulu, runway 26 right, circuit right hand, with a Manchester QNH of 1031 and a Barton QFE of 1029. I've just checked the fuel tanks. I have 7 gallons port and 7.5 gallons starboard, which gives me just slightly under 70% fuel, which is fine. We've got quite a strong wind today, 210 at 30 knots, but I'll be flying dual, thankfully, with my instructor, the great TP. I'm now about to take some step ladders back to the hangar team, who are absolutely fabulous, and then we'll start our pre-flight checks.
No comment.
Okay, that's the step ladders returned to the hangar team, who are super cool dudes. I've got the airfield information, I've done my external flight checks, and we're now ready to crack on to the internal checks in the aircraft. So, in we pop. And thankfully there is a very useful check-off list here, which tells me precisely what to do. Done, done, done. Done. Seat, adjust and lock. Because I like to sit quite far forward. That's about right. Seat, adjust and lock. Hatches and harnesses secure. First of all, I have to strap myself in. Met a very nice gentleman earlier who's travelled up from Bedford today. He's an aircraft enthusiast, and it's his second time at Barton taking photographs. So that was quite cool. And there's quite a few people out today in the control tower looking around. So you can come to Barton for free parking, etc., and sit right by the airfield, so I highly recommend that. Seat, okay, hatches, harnesses secure, port secure, starboard. Heater and air vents closed, closed. Heater is off. Off. Controls. Full and free movement. Free movement my elevator, and I turn to port, starboard down, port up, turn to starboard, port down, starboard up. Here's Tony. Oh, there's the gentleman I was talking about from Bedford. Give him a wave. Oh, he's elsewhere. Okay, trim, exercise, and set to takeoff. Glasses are unbroken and free. Here's Tony, I've probably got about 10 seconds. And compass here, I'm 305. Let's check that again, 305. I'm just going to clean my glasses. And here's Tony, I've probably got about 2 seconds. Morning, sir.
See what the position is.
You alright?
Half left.
Alright. You are on a GoPro, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
So valuable, re-watching them and learning from mistakes and so on.
Did you have that on your quali?
Yes, I did. In fact, what I'd like to do, if you don't mind, is I've not got the whole thing, but I can show you my landing at Wolverhampton. Perfect. And you can critique it.
Yeah, of course I will.
But I was quite proud of it, actually. I didn't get the stall warning that I wanted, but it was okay.
You're coming on. Yeah, let me just see what the...
What do you think about that 5 litre level? Was that a right call?
Let's have a look.
I thought it was a bit low.
Let me just going to wipe it. I think there might be stuff. Ah, yeah, something here.
Oh, cheers, Tony.
Yep. Well, remember, if there's a doubt,
there is no doubt.
No doubt.
Yeah, it just seemed a bit low to me. Fuel, we've got 7 starboard, 7.5 port.
Brilliant, that's fine. Well, what we'll do then, we'll fuel when we get back.
Yeah.
Even though there'll still be a reasonable amount, it's always good for the next person, isn't it?
It's a nice thing to do. It's nice to be nice.
It is, isn't it?
What's the...
I'm going to put in just half of this. That'll be fine.
What, a litre?
No, just half of this. I'll leave. So take it to 5.5.
I see, right.
I'll do it fine.
Tony, pardon my ignorance, what's the etiquette for storing this hood?
Just put it
just behind the seat.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you'll be pleased to know that Harry, gentleman that he is, having lent me these, has given me first dibs. He's selling them.
Oh, fantastic. Well, let me know what you think of it.
I need a set. Well, I'm going to try it before I buy.
Yeah.
Was it caveat emptor, buy everywhere?
What sort of cost?
150. He wants
That's
one.
not a lot.
I think he gave about 210, 220.
Right.
And he wants 1.5. Is that fair?
150 is quite cheap for a headset. Oh yeah. That Dave Clark U, give you an example, is about 300 quid.
Right.
So
I've asked for first refusal.
Right.
And
yeah.
he was fine.
Let me know what you think.
Okay, so we have a chart here.
I'm just going to quickly whisk to the loo.
Roger.
Move it on.
Okay, so here's the plan of attack today. We're going to take off from Barton on runway 26 right, which is that way. We'll fly north-northwest, overhead the Hook Industrial Estate, and then turn to starboard, and then we're going to fly towards Pole Hill in the direction of West Yorkshire. We won't get all the way over there because that will be we've not really got time for that, and also we don't need to go into Leeds Class D controlled airspace. Once we've got to Pole Hill, we're then going to turn left quite sharply to port and follow a westerly track over to Blackburn. But the plan of attack today, if you can see it on the chart here, is what we're going to use is VOR, which is very high frequency omnidirectional radial. I think that's right. Very high frequency omnidirectional radial bearing, which is this bad boy here. So what this does is it locks on to a certain frequency and tells us where to point the aircraft to, if you like, home in on that particular frequency. So once we can do that, a couple of them will give a position fix. Sadly, this aircraft is not fitted with DME, which is distance measuring equipment. So whilst I can tell a bearing, I can't get a range. So what I can get is multiple bearings, and therefore I can fix to work out exactly where I am. So that's that. What I'm doing now is just checking my instruments while Tony's on the loop. So my gyro is not stabilised, I've not powered up yet. I've set my Q&H, which is the Manchester barometric pressure of 1031 hectopascals, which allows me to, my barometric pressure allows me to work out exactly how high I am relative to Manchester. And that, I think, is about it so far. I've got a compass, protractor here ready. I've got my stopwatch on the go. Here's TP.
Right. Okie dokie. So if we can, when we go out and do our checks,
yeah,
if we've got line of sight with Manchester VOR, we're going to test it on the ground to see if it works.
I've got the Morse code for that ready.
Super duper hooper. That's great. So HUD's in the back, is it?
HUD's in the back.
Super.
I've still got this bad boy.
Oh, I tell you.
Did Martin sign it?
Yes,
got
him to sign it.
Fantastic, thank you.
Yeah, it's all done and dusted.
Marvellous.
Yes, well done, you should be proud of yourself.
Yeah, right.
That was a good...
I'm very grateful.
Do you know, isn't it funny how from the first time you went down and how your confidence improved in just a couple of flights, you know? It must have seemed on the way back feeling really sort of chilled out, eh?
Thank you. Well, there was a bit of bum twitching going on.
Well, as long as a bit, yeah, that's fine.
But that is aware of my own mortality, so that's a nice place to be.
No,
right.
It's a good position to be in.
With your permission, sir, may I carry on?
You continue?
Okay.
So plan of action. I'll just give you the plan of action. We take off operational departure,
yep.
Get to 500 feet, turn on to a northerly heading, level out at 1,500.
Due north 1,500.
Once you've leveled out at 1,500, turn on to heading at 045, and that's when we're going to start the exercise.
Okay, turn right, north 1,500, 045.
Correct.
Okay, so let's carry on. Master switch on. Beacon is on, and the key is in. Fuel is on, and I'm going to prime the engine. 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Engine is primed, and the primer is now shut and locked. Mixture control. Mixture is free movement and set to rich. Throttle, free movement, and the throttle is set to 1/8 of an inch open. Carb, free movement, and my carb is to cold. Good look at all round, with my toes on the brakes. Clear front, contact! Stop my engine fire. My knee toes on. And engine fires. My starter warning is out. And my gyro is stabilising. Let's give that a moment. And power back to 800 RPM, or 900 for the first flight.
Do you have echo?
Yes, I do. And my oil pressure is rising, sorry. And look at all round again, and set to 1200.